Hi everybody, it's Mr. Lou. This is page 75. Solve. Use bar models to help you. Alright, just like before, this is a word problem. Let's take it one sentence at a time. A bookshop has 4,320 books and magazines. So it has both books and magazines, and the total of the books and magazines is 4,320. So we have to put that number right in there. Alright, so we have, do it again, 4,320 books and magazines. It has 2,169 books. So if we look at books, books are right there. We have to put in our number, 2,169 books. The rest are magazines. How many magazines does the bookshop have? So if it has 4,320 books and magazines, and it has 2,169 books, that means in order to find the magazines, I have to take away, because what I'm doing is I'm splitting up my books and magazines into the book part and the magazine part. So I'm splitting it up into the parts. Alright, so let's write that down. 4,320. Alright, and like we said before, we're going to take away 2,169. Alright, so we're going to take away. And like always, let's write that up and down. Let's use a different color, okay, to help us subtract this. 4,320. Oops. Alright, shrink that down. Minus 2,169. Okay, let's do this problem. Alright, I can't do 0 minus 9, so I need to regroup. Take one of my 10s away, add 10 here. So, I have 10 minus 9, that gives me 1. 1 minus 6, I can't do that either, I gotta regroup again. Take one of the hundreds away, makes that a 2. Add 10 here, makes that 11. 11 minus 6, okay, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, that'll be 5. 2 minus 1 will be 1, and 4 minus 2 is 2. Alright, so we got our answer. It has 2,000, let's try that again, 2,151 books. The bookshop has 2,151 magazines. I'm sorry, it's magazines. Now that we know that it has 2,151 magazines, I want to put that right in my question mark. I want to complete my diagram. So, 2,151 magazines. Okay. There are 1,493 women's magazines, and the rest are sports magazines. How many sports magazines does the bookshop have? Alright, so if we look at it again, we need to know how many magazines does the bookshop have. And if you look at our model, our bar model up here, and our diagram up here, we know that the magazines that the bookshop has 2,151 magazines. So that's exactly the number I'm going to put over here, 2,151 magazines. And then it says there are 1,493 women's magazines. So in the women's magazines, 1,493. And the rest is sports magazines. So if we look at this, we're taking our magazines and we're splitting it up into two parts. So this is a part whole again. And in order to figure out how many magazines there are, we have to subtract 2,151. So let's write that down. And we have to subtract that from 1,493. Oops, 493. Alright, so if you look at that problem was a whole problem, and that's why we have to subtract. And just like always, we're going to write this number up and down. 2,151 minus 1,493. Okay. 1 minus 3, I can't do that because 1 is smaller. Regroup from my 10s, take 1 tens away. That makes that a 4. Add 10 here, makes it 11. 11 minus 3, 11. 10, 9, 8. Okay, so that's 8. 4 minus 9, can't do that. 4 is smaller, so take 1 away, take 100s away. That 1 becomes a 0. Add 10 here, that becomes a 14. Oops. Okay, 14 minus 9. 14 minus 9, well, that's going to be 5. Next, 0 minus 4. Can't do that again. So I have to regroup. Take 1 away. Take 1 of the thousands away. That becomes a 1. Add 10 here. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 4. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So here's my answer. 658. 658. So that means the bookshop has 658 sports magazines. And again, as always, I'm going to put that number right back in my diagram. 658. Okay, and that was page 75.